Okay, so hi, hello, welcome back to another Creepypasta video. Today I'll be reading The Hole in the Wall, but before we get into the video, I do want to say a few things. First off, this video is a one take, by the way. Here we stumble, mumble, fumble, and mess up my words. I am sorry. I don't have any editing software, so I can't really edit my videos, so, I can't edit that stuff out, so my bad. Second is please consider using code GOONS at gamersubs.gg. It is code GOONS at gamersubs.gg. Use that at checkout, you get 10% off the tubs, merchandise, and all of that lovely stuff. Okay, so outside that, let's get into it. This creepypasta is called The Hole in the Wall. I'm hoping at least X will enjoy this because it probably fucked me up for life. It's seeming a lot more absurd as time passes, and it's been 12 days since I moved my shit into my friend's place. So I want to get this out there and have people call bullshit and pass judgment, because I think it'll make me feel better. I moved out all my stuff. I already called the cops, and I informed my absentee landlord. I've done all the proper things, so there's nothing left to do here than share my little fucked up city living story. About 6 months ago, my girlfriend and I moved into an apartment in Benton Park, neighborhood of St. Louis. About 2 weeks after we moved in, her grandfather, who raised her, had a stroke, and she ends up going home to Twin Oaks to take care of him. She was living with him full time until we could find out how to afford a nurse or a hospice. Anyway, I've been living in our one bedroom all alone for the last half a year. It's beautiful, newly remodeled, double paned windows, and great insulation. The best couple of hicks turned yuppies could want. It got a couple of weird things about it though. As you see, there's only 4 units in our building, on the 2nd and 3rd floors, and we're on the top floor. The first weird thing about the place is that we noticed right away when we moved in were that the walls and the floors are paper thin. I can hear every word of my downstairs neighbor's conversation at all times. And I know when they take a shower. I know when they fuck. And I'm sure they know the same about us. It's weird. The more info we had on each other, the less we actually wanted to know each other. They moved out 6 weeks ago. Then the other 2 units were vacant a week later. It was kind of weird, but also kind of awesome. I could finally stomp around, watch graphic videos of intercourse, and play Rock Band at full volume. About 4 weeks ago, it got weird. It was about 1 a.m. and I was going to bed. And I started to hear this noise from the empty apartment downstairs. It was really quiet at first, but sustained. It sounded halfway between a hushed conversation with only one person talking, and a small motor running. Just a babbling, not quite regular drone. It freaked me out at first, but I rationalized that it was some plumbing or the refrigerator downstairs. Something I never heard over my downstairs neighbors farting and snoring. I learned to live with it. As it rose and fell every evening, pretty soon a steady tapping sound started in with mumbling. I know it sounded fucked up, but when you hear it every night for a while, you just make excuses for it. Then I kept hearing boards creaking. It's spring, my first in this building, so I assumed it was just the old boards under the new drywall settling. Then one night, as I was brushing my teeth, there was a mighty dry thump right behind me. I just about stabbed myself with my toothbrush. I stayed really still till I was sure that there wasn't anyone in the house, then turned on all the lights in the house. This is when I noticed the peculiarity in the remodeling. On the other side of the bathroom, when I heard the thump, is the hall closest. Is the hall closet. I opened it up and switched on the light. And it sounded... expecting a box to have fallen off the shelves, but it's all gravy inside. I tap on the wall between the closet and the bathroom, and it sounded oddly hollow. And I start to realize that the closet isn't as wide as I think it should be based on the bathroom. I paced it out with my feet, and then a tape measure just to confirm. Sure enough, there's about 30 inches of space between the two walls that I thought were adjacent. Again, rationalization time. Surely there's an extra insulation there to keep the bathroom warm, or maybe the walls are thicker than I imagined. Because fuck, I never built a house. So, in this one thick wall, some huge fucking rat must have taken a tumble and freaked me out. No big deal. I felt a lot better at the time, even better when it was the first night in a while without the weird noise below me. So everything is fine until last Friday. It's about 2 in the morning and I'm home late from the bar. Not as drunk as I want and remembering that left all my clean laundry in the dryer before I went out. One thing sticks out as I climb the stairs. The door to the apartment below me is closed. It's been open since the neighbors vacated. I got kind of used to it, seeing an empty mirror image of my place every day when I walked past. Maybe the landlord was showing it to people today. Rationalize. I bagged up a small load of laundry and climbed down the back porch steps to the laundry room, which is really just part of the garage. But a staircase in on the outside of the building, and it gives each floor a little shared porch. I get down there and into the little room, and I started bagging up all my clothes into this big black duffel bag. Two things you should know about me at this point. I turn off every light when I leave a room, no matter what. My dad used to beat the shit out of me when the energy bill was a penny over the norm, and I also lock the door every time I go through it. Hell, I even locked the back door when I went down to get my laundry. I start back up the stairs, and on the first flight I look up, straight to my bedroom window. The light is on, and there's a silhouette against the closed blinds. I pissed myself a little, and every hair on my neck snapped to fucking attention. And then the light goes out. It happened in less than a second, and then 10 seconds later, I'm still frozen in place, and trying to figure out if I just saw what I think I saw. Rationalization lost out, thank fucking God. And I snuck down the stairs and out through the garage. I called a cab and stood across the street from the building looking at my living room window. About 5 minutes before the cab showed up, the Venetian blinds parted slightly for a few seconds. Like, someone was looking down on me. Then nothing. I stayed at a hotel that weekend, then a couple of buddies of mine came back with me on Sunday to see how much stuff has been stolen. It was all there. My laptop was still charging, my brand new plasma TV, the doors were locked. I moved it all out that afternoon while my friends were with me, and I had daylight on my side. I checked the apartment below me, and the downstairs closet had the same abnormally thick wall. Only someone had hammered through this wall, a big round jagged hole exposing a tiny crawl space between. And in the space flat against the wall was a cheap hardware store ladder, leading up through the darkness to a space behind the walls in my apartment. I don't know how he got into the apartment from there, maybe through the heating vents in my ceiling. I really don't give a shit. All I care about is never seeing that building again. I mailed my keys to the landlord, told the whole thing to a terminally disinterested cop, and I'd done my part. Moving on, I decided to quit my shitty job, which might be the one good thing about this. I'm typing this at a friend's house on his Wi-Fi. I was going to take this convenient time to get the fuck out of Dodge and move in with my girlfriend and her grandpa. But he died 2 nights ago. Still think I'd like to head back into the country, but I guess this is like a clean slate for us. I haven't told her yet. I'm not too sure if I will. I told her our landlord went apeshit and kicked me out. She already got issues with security, and I don't want to add to them. But I don't ever want to live in an apartment or hear people moving beneath my feet or on the other side of the wall. Never again. Okay, so that was the hole in the wall. Yet again, sorry if I, stumble, mumble, fumble, and mess up my words. Yeah. This creepypasta it was alright. Yeah. It has an 8.4 on here. I'll probably give it like a 7. But yeah, it's not that bad. that is my biggest fear, though, having someone living in my walls. But yeah, I have nothing else to really say to that, though. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed the story. Let me check on. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna end it in a little bit, but I'll keep you guys here just for a little bit longer for me to clip it. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like and subscribe. I do have a playlist of all my creepypastas. You'll see stuff pop up on the screen right now. It starts with Jeff the Killer and goes down to Abandoned by Disney, and all the way down to my most recent one. So go check it out. You'll have a blast listening to those, because they're from Janky from like 6 months ago. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, all my links are down below. Again, please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And yeah, I also have a Ko-Fi link if you want to donate, because I make no money off these channels. If you do see ads on my videos, I make no money. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.